This is the Sirui Aurora 35mm F1.4 Z mount lens. I'm pretty excited to review this lens. Let's find out what it's got. Well, this Sirui Aurora 35mm F1.4 shows some real promise. If it's anything like the Sirui Aurora 85mm F1.4 lens that I've heard some really good reviews about. Let's start off by seeing what you get in the box. The thing I've learnt from reviewing Sirui lenses is they always come beautifully packaged, and this Aurora 35mm f1.4 Z mount lens is no exception. You get service and warranty cards, manual, and the lens comes in this protective padded lens pouch with carry handle and strap attachment points. Kind of reminds me of the good old days really, when Nikon used to deliver their f-mount lenses the same way. Unzipping the lens pouch, you'll find the lens comes in this vacuum sealed plastic. Noticed they also give you a lens cleaning cloth. That's a nice touch. First impressions in the hand is this lens felt sturdy and well built with its all metal construction. You get your front and rear lens caps and lens hood. And behind that rear lens cap, I also noticed it had a USB-C port for future firmware updates. The external aperture ring can be manually set, or you can leave it in the auto position to control it from the camera. That aperture ring also has an audible click on and off switch on the side of the lens, which is good for when you're shooting video. On the other side of the lens, you have an iris lock switch, an FN button, and an AF on and off switch. It's a full frame or FX lens and weighs in at 500 grams. Has a 62mm filter thread, and minimum focus distance is 35 centimeters. Aperture range is from f1.4 to f16, and lens construction is 16 elements in 11 groups, and it has 13 aperture blades. And at the time of making this video, the lens retails for $549 US. Focusing between foreground and background objects is silent and accurate, but I wouldn't really call it snappy or super fast, more medium in speed. Yoda in the garden bokeh test time. This is what the bokeh in the background looks like from this lens, going from f1.4 through to f11. Let's head out into the field now with this lens on my Nikon Z7, and we'll do some test shots in stills and video. So this 35mm focal length is really versatile for things like video, street and portrait photography, weddings, landscape, and with that f1.4 aperture, I'm thinking low light and astro. It should give some amazing bokeh as well. So at the moment we've got late spring here, and at this time of year in my part of the world, these trees called jacaranda trees, they come out in these beautiful purple flowers, as well as we've got these Illawarra flame trees. Wait till you see the flowers on these trees. So one thing you should keep in mind when you're using this lens, it doesn't have any inbuilt VR. So it actually relies on the inbuilt VR in your Nikon Z full frame cameras. You know, the bokeh out of this lens is just so beautiful. I think this is going to be a real lens for wedding photographers that they'll definitely want to put in their camera bag. In this sharpness test, I found the lens wide open performed very well. Beautiful sharpness in the center of the frame, wide open at f1.4. In the corners still at f1.4, again we get some great results with just the slightest hint of softness at the very edge. Stopping down to f1.8 and those corners now sharpen up much better. And in the center, it also looks really good. From f1.8 right through to f11, the lens performs outstandingly. Not bad for a prime lens at this price point. For the price, the build, the image quality, and that beautiful bokeh, I think you should really consider this lens. It worked well in conjunction with my Z7, and I was lucky to get those trees at the right time of year while they were flowering for these test shots. Well, I'm impressed. It's a pretty amazing lens, and that bokeh is really creamy smooth. If you want any more information on this lens or to purchase it, I've left you some links in the video description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll see you next time.